Sorry about that interruption. That was my sister interrupting me, so I hope that I can post these back to back. But anyway, they told me I would have to cut off all of my toes and a little portion of my foot. Um, I was tired and weak and in so much pain at the time, and they promised the pain will go away. So I just went on ahead. I brought my mom in as a consultation, and I decided to go ahead with that surgery. So we waited. There was such a delay from July all the way until August 19th. So from June, they had the surgery June 30th, and then I didn't have this other surgery until August 19th, where they amputated the toes, and I was in recovery for a few hours, and then they sent me home. That was on like a Thursday. Well, I was freezing cold over the weekend. I'm talking about teeth chattering, body shaking, like, oh my God, did I get COVID from somewhere? But I'm not around anybody. I'm like isolated in my house all the time. Only people that come through are nurses, and they have on masks and shields and everything, and I have on my mask too. So I don't know where I would have got that, since I had just passed the COVID test in order to have my surgery. Well, I went to the doctor. I had a fever of 101.7 or 102.7, one of those, not sure. But anyway, it was really high, and they tested me, and it turns out I was sepsis, which means infection had gotten into my bloodstream and was pumping infection to all of my organs, and my organs were on the verge of shutting down. At that point, when I first went in, I was at 14,000, whatever it is. That's what my white blood cell count was, and rising. So I was in the hospital with night sweats, fighting for my life for a week. I had a PICC line with 2 different types of IV going in there, and they also gave me an IV in my left arm where they were giving me an IV antibiotic. Eventually they took the IV out, and they reduced it down to 1 antibiotic, which I went home that Sunday. So I stayed in there for 7 days. I am still on the IV antibiotic. I don't have it in right now because they had to pull it on Friday, and I've got to get a new one tomorrow. So I'm still going to be on IV antibiotics. That would be from July until now, which is November. That's a long time to help prevent infection. But here's the thing. After I had that, they cut those toes off, and they folded it over and said it was great and it was going to heal and be smooth, and by October, my birthday, that everything would be fine. Things just got worse from there. My foot started turning black. It started dying. About this much of the foot turned necrotic, and I get a message about, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before. The podiatrist calls me and says she talked to the vascular center, and they said the only thing that can be done for me right now was to cut my leg off. I was like, wait. You're talking about I need to cut more of my foot off because of what they did, but now I'm going to have to cut my leg off because of whatever you did in that surgery? Because I had blood flowing through my toes. Now you cut off my toes, and now all of a sudden blood not flowing through my foot, and you want to cut my leg off? I'm like, that is crazy. And I was like, no. And they said you need to see vascular tomorrow. So that last Friday, not this past Friday, last Friday, I went to vascular, and this guy looks me in my face, looks me dead in my eyes, and he tells me, you need to get your leg cut off in the next couple of weeks, or you're gonna die. I was like, what? He was like, yes, if you don't get your leg cut off, you're going to die. My mom boohoo crying, devastated, because she was in there, and I'm like, no, I don't accept that. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. You tell me I cut the toes off, everything's going to be fine. Now you cut the toes off and you tell me I'm going to die now? Because that's for sure. I'm going to die because let you guys cut the toes off. And then I told him I needed a second opinion. My family wanted me to go to Chicago, where I'm from. They got some of the best doctors in the world. And he was like, oh, if you make it. I'm like, my birthday is coming up Saturday, so I'm not doing anything before my birthday. And I'm getting a second opinion before anybody brings any kind of cutting utensil near me. And so he was like, okay, you can make your appointment for this week so we can get the amputation. He started telling me I need to get my amputation, that if I didn't get my leg amputated last week, that I would be dead by now. I'm still here. Guess what? My leg's still here too. Look at that. Still got my leg. So, that's the crazy, insane stuff that I've been going through. Doctors telling me I'm going to die if I don't cut my leg off. So I did go and get a second opinion. And the second opinion said that they can do another bypass, get more blood flow to the foot. And I just need a doctor that can clean up all of that dead skin and get what they call a plastic surgeon that can do a flap that can cover all that up and let, you know, the new flesh attach and grow and live on, and have my foot live on as well as my leg live on. I'm like, I guess a fatty tissue right here in my belly that can use as donor flesh. So I'm ready to do this. I've already had my ultrasounds and angiograms, and everything is okay to go. So I just found out recently my podiatrist doesn't really want to do the surgery, the part where you have to clean up. So we're looking for, if you know anybody in Georgia or anywhere, we're looking for a orthopedic surgeon and plastic surgeon that can clean up some of the dead tissue and put on a flap all at the same time so that we can save my leg. I know I was told by one doctor that it's a difficult surgery, and the question that I had, and they said it may be easier to just do amputation, and I said, does the difficulty of a surgery warrant the crippling of a 50-year-old woman? I'm like, you want to cripple me because something is difficult? You ain't gonna even try? And also, I was like, the most difficult things in life are oftentimes the most rewarding. So, sorry. I'm like, I'm not giving up. And God's not through with me yet. And so, I celebrated my 50th birthday. As you can see, I danced on the dance floor. A woman who's supposed to be in a wheelchair and can't walk. Yeah, they put me in the wheelchair. I forgot to tell y'all about that. There it is, over there. I don't know if you probably see my messy bed, but there's the wheelchair somewhere over there. I'm like, this is the walker. There's the wheelchair they got me here. But I ain't listening to them people. I'm like, sometime when I'm tired, I'll get in that wheelchair. But like when I went shopping for my outfit for my birthday, I ain't bring that wheelchair in there. I'm push a cart in a wheelchair. Couldn't do it. Leaned on the cart and walked. So God is good all the time. He's a miracle worker. Like I said to that man, I held up 3 fingers. I said, number 1, they told me I couldn't have any children, but he's a senior in college. Number 2, they told me I would never see. I couldn't see again. I was going to be blind. Yeah, I'm blind in this eye right here. Can't see my hand in front of my face. But this eye, I have no peripheral. I can see. Not the way I used to see, but I can see out of it. And number 3, they told me I'm going to have to lose my leg. And I'm telling them, God said, no, I don't. I asked God, can I keep it? She said yes. All right. So I just wanted to get on here and let you know some of the craziness that I've gone through, the emotional ups and downs. Right now, I'm having an issue with an elevated heart rate, and I had an elevated blood sugar and blood pressure because of everything that's been going down. I haven't had any kind of emotional breakdowns. I've had a good support system, lots of love and prayers, people I don't know praying for me, and I appreciate you all. Mwah. And big hugs to you. Please continue to pray for me, pray for my strength, pray for my emotional stability. Pray that, you know, my faith stays strong, stronger than that of a mustard seed. God said, you know, just the faith of a mustard seed, but I know I've been given more than that. And if 2 or 3 touch and agree, I know that there's so many people praying for me. And to me, it doesn't matter what religion you are. Just, hey, God is our creator. I appreciate any kind of love and positivity that you send in my direction. I thank you. I don't have on no makeup or anything, so I just came to you just bare naked as I am, you know, asking for your prayers and your support. I don't know if I'm going to have to, if my insurance is going to pay for the prosthetic for my foot going forward, but I will let you guys know. And I hope you continue to support me. Like I said, I made 50, half a century. I'm excited about what's going to happen in that second half a century. So much love and peace and joy to you all. The Lady in Pink.